Randy, why are 7% interest rates a buyer's best friend right now?
A great question, because I'll tell you, if the rates go back 1% down to 6%,
Yeah.
5 million new buyers enter the market. That is 5 million new buyers that are going to be your competition. What is that going to do to home prices?
Make sure you buy now. Welcome back to Really Mary. Super excited about this topic this week. So, Randy Williams, tell me why it's 7% mortgage is the buyer's best friend. That just doesn't make sense.
It defies all logic, but here's the truth behind it. And this is what the stats will tell you. If interest rates go back just 1%,
to 6%, okay.
6%,
Yeah.
you instantly have 5 million new buyers entering into the buying field, okay? What is that if you're a buyer right now? That is 5 million new buyers that are your competition. And we know more competition tends to raise housing prices.
Raises housing prices, goes back to multiple offers.
Well, we still have some of that. I mean,
We have some,
still
yeah.
do, right?
Yeah. But not the same where they were taking out the mortgage, condition at all. I mean, there was some crazy stuff going on.
Yeah, I mean, you and I are blessed to work with a lot of very smart people. And
Right.
they know because they bought a couple of homes, that if you buy a house right now, yes, you're getting a 30-year mortgage, but it is not a 30-year plan. We all know
Right,
these interest
right.
rates are going to come back. So right now, it is about getting the interest rate with the least amount of cost, and it is getting the property at the price you want.
Now, I'm going to put you on the spot right now. We haven't talked about this.
Yeah.
But what about, interest rates that are fixed on to some, where I'm not paying any interest? Are those a thing right now?
You mean interest only?
Yeah, interest only. I just messed it up.
Yeah,
See, I don't help people with mortgages.
Yeah, so as a broker, I'm a little different. My product line is,
Right.
it's that.
Yeah.
As somebody calls me with a situation, my job is to really listen to them, ask all the right questions, and figure out the product that fits them the most. Sure, an
Right.
interest-only loan is a super good fit for somebody who is maybe not going to be in a property for a long time,
Right.
But wants to keep their payments low.
We all know that the interest rates are ultimately going to come down, right? And affordability at 3% versus 7% is way different. They were talking about it on the news today about that. And I'm like, well, what are our options? How can we keep that affordability down?
Well, I bought a house at a 3% interest rate, so I know what that payment
Right.
is versus if I bought that same house today at what these rates are. Like it's real. It is very real. Again, people tend to hyper focus on interest rates right now. I think that's the wrong thing. I think buying a property at the price that you want it, getting some equity for yourself, and just getting in the market is the most important thing.
Mm-hmm.
Over time, what goes up must come down. Those rates are going to come back. Okay, that market will balance out.
Yeah.
And at some point, we will peel that payment back.
Well, Randy, when we bought our home here in Southwest Florida, interest rates were higher.
Right.
That was 20 years ago. I'm in the same house. This is not good to tell you that because apparently I don't like to move.
Or you like your house.
I like my house. I like location, all those things. Anyway, my interest rate, we did interest only.
Yeah.
That was a way to keep the affordability.
Mm-hmm.
And who knew that 20 years ago that house would be worth, I don't know how much more percentage it is, but it's one of my best assets.
In a place like here where housing prices do nothing but increase, an interest-only loan is great. You're not going to be paying down the principal at all, but you're still going to be gaining that appreciation.
Right.
So it's still a great investment.
The appreciation has been significant. Now,
Yeah.
clearly, I've refinanced multiple times. Most recently at a 3%, which is amazing, right? But you can also take money out of that house. You have products that even if they don't want to move, I'm not prescribing that you shouldn't move. If that's the right thing for you, but you could take money out of that to buy a second home, to get closer to grandkids with a lakefront home, something.
Yeah, I think most people that just, go to work, have a good job, pay their bills on time, maybe save a little bit, over time, the majority of their wealth is going to be in the equity of their property.
Right.
So if
right.
you don't tap into that, it's just doing nothing sitting in your property,
Yeah.
right? You can take that and maybe buy that second home. We see that a lot down here, right? We see it a lot.
Yeah,
right?
investment properties, which
Right.
are great,
Yeah.
because let's face it, rents on rental properties, they are crazy.
Blows me away every year.
Right.
Every year down here. Unreal. And that's why we get so many customers. They
Right.
come down here for a year and rent and go, oh,
Right.
why wouldn't I buy?
But if you do buy an investment property, there's plenty of people that want to come for season.
Sure.
Maybe they don't want to buy. They want to travel. They want to do other things, but they definitely want to be here for 3 months when it's warm.
And for those of you that don't trust the stock market, I understand that. For those of you that aren't investment geniuses, real estate in this country, just look at it.
Yeah.
People, there's always going to need to be roofs over people's heads.
Right.
And if you're going to play the longer game with real estate,
yeah,
great way to build wealth.
Well, we started this with, 7% is great for a buyer's best friend.
For sure.
Interest rates. At the end of the day, if this is something that you want to do, if it's time to move or take money and do something different with it, it's a great time to buy. And more importantly, it's a great time to sell because there isn't a ton of inventory. There's a little more, but there isn't a ton. So till next time, I'm Mary Bartos Group of Premier Plus.
Randy Williams with TBF Mortgage. Thank you.
Ciao.